Hello there, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a video all about lipstick. I don't know if you're aware, but July 29th is National Lipstick Day. I feel like every day of the year has now been attributed to some conglomeration of products or types of animals. There's National Puppy Day, one of my favorites, National Donut Day, Coffee Day, but today we're going to be talking all about lipstick. So I thought in honor of that, not only would I put on a really fun bold shade of lipstick, but I thought it would be fun to show you 3 of the newest lipstick launches. I'm going to show you swatches on the hand, on my lips. I'll talk a little bit about the formula. And then I thought I would go through my collection and based on just the sheer number of lipsticks I have from a particular brand, share with you what my top 2 lipstick brands are in my collection. And I'll share with you a couple of my favorite shades in those as well. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Now let's have some lipstick fun. All right, the first new lip launch that I'm gonna talk about are these from Covergirl. I have actually talked about these in some previous videos. I've shared them in a Get Ready With Me. My best friend and I discovered these when she was out here visiting. And these are the new Covergirl Simply Ageless Lipcolor lipsticks. They have such a long name. And I have 4 shades of these lipsticks. These have hyaluronic acid and a few other really great emollient ingredients. And they come in just kind of a plastic tube. It looks like metal, but each one of them on the lid, they have put kind of the color of the lipstick that's inside on the actual label there and on the bottom. So that's kind of nice. If you're storing them in your purse or in a drawer, you can easily see which color is which. Now, the formulation on these, I was shocked to find is very long wearing. It has that hydrating core, so I thought these were going to be slippery and just slide right off, but they don't. I have not found any problems with them bleeding past the lip lines, and they do come in a variety of colors and finishes. 2 of the shades that I have are in a frost finish, and I've heard somebody else talk about these and say, oh, I don't know about the frost. It's a smooth finish, and I love a frosted lipstick, especially paired with a cream lipstick, because I think it can make it look like you're wearing gloss. It just adds a little extra light to the lips. So let's go ahead and start with some swatches. The first one I'm sharing with you is the lightest shade I purchased, and it is called Caring Blush. This is definitely one that has a high kind of metallic shimmery finish, a frosty finish. It is a very, very cool tone pink shade. This is definitely one I would normally pair with a lip liner, and I have worn this several times with kind of a nude lip liner, and I love the combination of the nude lip liner and this lipstick. The next shade is similar in tone. It is a cool tone, but it's a little bit deeper, a little more purpley. This is called Amazing Petal, also has a frosty finish. And this is another one that I prefer paired with a lip liner. And these are both ones that I love to pair with a cream lipstick as well. So this one has more of a lilac finish to it, more lilac than pink, but again, very cool tone. The next one is a cream formula, and this one is called Brilliant Coral. And this definitely has a lot of peachy tones to it. I would say it's almost more peachy than coral, but it does have that vibrancy that is associated with coral. This one, again, I typically don't wear on its own, but I do love this shade paired with Caring Blush or Amazing Petal or with another gloss on it. But it is a very nice creamy formulation. And the last one I have is Elegant Nude. I would say this is my favorite of the creams that I bought. And this has a really nice kind of neutral tone, but it has enough color. I can wear this on its own without a lip liner. This one has no frost, no shimmer or anything. It is a really nice neutral color, but I do love pairing this shade in particular with either Caring Blush or Amazing Petal. So I'm going to show you what it looks like with Caring Blush on top of it. And you can see how that Caring Blush just adds a little more light and life to the lips. It doesn't make the lips look chunky or accentuate lines, but I think it makes it look like you've put a gloss on. Now, all of these shades are very long wearing, so I give this formula and actually all of these shades a big 2 thumbs up. The next launch that I'm going to talk about was from Maybelline. These are the Superstay Vinyl Inks. I was excited for these, but I was also pretty convinced I wouldn't like these because I am not a huge fan of liquid lipsticks. I love how long they wear, but I hate how liquid lipsticks just dry out the lips. And typically they are matte liquid lipsticks, and so they dry down and can make my aging lips look older. Now, when I tried these vinyl inks, I was super impressed from the first try. Not only are they long wearing, but they don't overly dry out the lips. They continue to have a little hint of a sheen. You'll see a lot more sheen when they're first applied, but as you eat, as you drink, some of the sheen wears away, but that color stays on for hours. It stays on through drinking. Now in eating, if you're eating something that is more of an oily based food, like a burger or pasta or something, it is going to wear away, but I feel like you're not going to see as big of a distinction of that wear down with the lighter shades in this collection. Now, I just have 3 and they're all kind of neutral leaning, but I'm going to show you all 3 of the swatches. Now, as I start swatching this first shade, which is number 15 Peachy, you're going to notice me shaking this product. It has a shaker ball in it. You do need to shake it for about 5 seconds every time you use it. So remember to do that. I've forgotten one time and it does change how it applies. But these are quite a liquidy formula, and when I swatch it on my hand, I do see a little bit of streakiness with a couple of the colors, but on the lips, I feel like the color comes on very pigmented. And this shade in particular is not my favorite. It's a little more on the yellowy peachy side, but it is a nice peachy nude. So if that is your preference of color, this is one I typically would prefer with a little bit of a deeper neutral brown lip liner. But all in all, if you like a peachy nude shade, this is the one for you. The next shade was actually the first shade I purchased, which is number 35 Cheeky, and it is my favorite. I think this is a perfect cool tone nude. There's a hint of kind of some purpley pink in there, but all in all, it is a very neutral shade. I love this one all by itself. It doesn't need a lip liner, and I feel like this is a very versatile color. The next shade is number 40 Witty, and this is a beautiful shade. And in fact, I think this is going to be my go-to going into fall and winter. This has a really nice berry brown tone to it. I feel like it's neutral, but it is a little more on the cool side. It's deeper, but it's not too dramatic. So I feel like this is a color I could wear on a daily basis and not feel like I've got a really dramatic lip on, like I'm wearing in this video. But this is another beautiful shade. It goes on fully saturated. Again, this deeper shade is one that you're going to see a little more wear down, but as I do a kiss test, you're going to be shocked. There is no transfer whatsoever on the back of my hand. I mean, that is quite shocking to me, because after you put these on and you let them sit for about a minute, the color has actually sunk into your lips, but your lips are gonna feel a little bit tacky, and that will continue throughout the time that you're wearing these. So that's the one con to these that some people don't like, but I actually don't mind that, because to me, that's what makes it wearable. And that's what I feel like gives the lips a little more moisture as you're wearing this. But when you're drinking, you're eating, you're kissing, none of that color is transferring off. The only thing that's coming off is a little bit of kind of like that clear tackiness, I think. So as you wear these, some of the shine is going to wear down, but that color is going to stay true for hours and hours and hours. So these are truly super long wearing, and they're definitely one that I plan to continue to use and might try a few of the brighter shades. The last new lip release I want to talk about today is from Urban Decay, and these are the Vice Lip Bonds. Urban Decay was so gracious to send me these 3 shades. They sent them ahead of the launch. And when I was reading on the box, it says Unbreakable Color, Intense and Full Color Payoff that won't crack or feather. I was like, okay, I like the sound of that. And then I pulled out the product in the box, and I read the instructions that you need to shake it first. And I was like, These really remind me of the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Inks. And indeed, they are so similar. It's kind of crazy. But let me go ahead and walk you through the swatches, because I feel like at least the shades that they sent me are very different from the ones I have in Maybelline. So the first one, and you're gonna see me doing that shake thing, you do need to shake it for 5 seconds before you apply it. The first shade is Textum. And when I first saw this, I was like, oh, this is gonna be my go-to shade. I'm gonna wear this all the time. And indeed, I do really like this shade. It is, to me, the perfect kind of pinky nude shade. It's a little bit lighter, so I would typically pair this with a lip liner, but it goes on very similarly to the Maybelline. I feel like these have a little more grip when they go on the lips. The Maybelline ones seem a little more liquidy, but very similar. And just like the Maybelline ones, these are super long wearing. This nude shade wears off very nicely. And in a moment, I'll show you in a brighter shade the Kiss Test. But this first shade, definitely a nice neutral pink. The next shade is, oh goodness, this is a shade that I'll show you how I plan to use this in a second. But this is called No Restraints. If you're into bright, super bright purple, this is the color for you. I thought this might be streaky. It's not streaky at all, and super bright and long wearing. Now, the other day when I put this on my lips, I thought, okay, I'm gonna wear this one all day and see how long. And I kept seeing myself in the mirror. I'm like, I can't go around all day with this color. So what I did is a trick that I love to do with other bright lipstick shades in my collection. And that is to pull out a gold lip gloss or a gold lipstick. In this instance, I'm using the Huda Beauty Lip Strobe, and of course this is no longer available, but this is the shade Ritzy. And just by going over it with that opaque gold gloss, you can see it really takes down kind of the overall brightness. It still keeps that purplish hue there. When I did this the other day, I was so shocked how long this combination worked on my lips. And even as the gloss wore off, I still had a bunch of that purple kind of stain on my lips. It wasn't as bright as when I initially applied it, but it was very long wearing. And also what I found with this formula is when I put the gloss on top of it, I didn't have any bleeding. Sometimes with a normal lipstick, when I put this gloss on top of it, I can have that lipstick start to feather and bleed past the lip lines. I did not have that at all. So these Vice Lip Bonds do work really well, not only on their own, but with a gloss on top of it. So if you're feeling like they're a little bit too drying on your lips throughout the day, you can put a little bit of gloss on them, and it is not going to make that lip color bleed past the lip lines, which is really important as we head into this last lip color, which is the one that I am wearing throughout this video, and it is called Unbreakable. I thought, oh, this is gonna be another one that I never wear. And then I put it on, and I have to say, this is the most beautiful red shade I think that I own in my collection. It is not too cool, not too warm. It makes your teeth look white. That's always a requirement for me to wear a red lip, is it can't make my teeth look yellow. And I think this is a beautiful shade. Now, this is definitely one that if I wear it in the future, I will put on a lip liner first, because it is hard to get this bright lip color and stay in the lines and get it exactly precise. But when you're wearing a red lip color like this, you definitely need to make sure that you get your lip lines straight. Now, I chose this lip color to do the Kiss Test, and I have to say, when you feel that tackiness on your lips and you kiss your hand, you're like, I'm gonna see color. Nope. No color. It's pretty crazy. So after I put that on for the swatching portion, I then went around the edge of my lips with the BK Beauty lip liner in Alter Ego. This is definitely an alter ego color for me, but I really think this is a beautiful, bold red lip shade, and it will not feather. Now, I will say I did wear this. It lasts for hours, but when I started eating, it did wear away in the center of the lip especially when I was eating something that had a little bit of oiliness in it. So if you're wearing this lip color or one of the brighter shades, be prepared. You're probably gonna need to touch up the center portion of your lips. But overall, I think that these lip balms are another really great option. And as I said, in comparison to the Maybelline lip vinyls, there's very minimal differences between the two. Now, the Maybelline does have kind of a light vanilla-ish scent. The Urban Decay, I can't detect any scent whatsoever. Same on the Covergirl lipsticks, no scent. So those are the newest lip releases. Now, to finish up the video, I thought it would be fun to go through my collection and count up which brands I have the most of. And it was pretty easy to come up with my first place. But the second place, I actually was quite surprised what brand it was. And the other part of the criteria for this is I wanted to make sure these were brands that I had purchased these colors from. So I have gotten a lot of, I have a lot of the Revlon lip colors, but those were sent to me a PR. So these two lipstick brands, I've actually bought all of these myself or got them as gifts from friends. So the second place winner, you might be surprised, maybe not, is Charlotte Tilbury. And what I like about both of these brands, but Charlotte Tilbury, she has a couple of different formulations in her lipstick lines. The most famous, of course, is the Matte Revolution lipsticks because she has the iconic shade Pillow Talk. And depending on your skin tone, I feel like this can look differently, but on my skin tone, this is the perfect cool nude pink shade and I love it. This was my first Charlotte Tilbury product ever. My best friend gave this to me. And even though it has matte in the name, it is not super drying on the lips. And I also don't feel like it's as long wearing like some of the other matte lipsticks you might find in other lines. But I do still feel like, especially when you pair it with a lip liner, it's very long wearing. It pairs well with a gloss. So that's one of my top favorite colors. The other one is a deeper shade also in the Matte Revolution line. And this one is called Very Victoria. And this one swatched next to Pillow Talk. It's kind of funny to see how similar they look on camera, but Very Victoria has a little more brownish tones, but again, it has that coolness to it. So if you get frustrated, there are several other Charlotte Tilbury kind of neutral shades, but I feel like they go very warm. So if you don't like those kind of warm brown shades, try Very Victoria. I think this is a really beautiful shade and you can deepen it up easily with a darker lip liner. The third lipstick I pulled out that I love from her is this one. It is Dance Floor Princess. And this one is one that has the special packaging and you can actually just buy inserts to replace. So you don't actually have to buy the whole outer packaging. You can buy different colors or just replace the same one. So I appreciate that. But Dance Floor Princess is a much more emollient and it has a little bit of more of a shine and a sheer quality, but it is really a nice light true pink shade. So I love that. So those are three of my favorites from Charlotte Tilbury. Again, I was kind of surprised myself that that would be the second place winner, but I do really enjoy her lipstick formula. All right, the number one most owned lipstick brand in my collection. I'll give you a moment to think about it. What might it be? MAC lipsticks. Oh my goodness. As I started opening up my lipstick drawer, going through my lipstick tower, went through my purse, I'm like, it is MAC lipstick after MAC lipstick. I think the MAC lipstick formulation is just still one of the best out there. It is still my top favorite. And one of the reasons is because they have such a wide range of colors in their lipstick line. If MAC doesn't make it, it probably doesn't exist. But not only do they have such a vast collection of colors, but they also have a wide variety of finishes and formulations. So they have amplified, frost, they have satin, they have matte, they have retro matte. Now their matte lipsticks are a little drying, so that's not my favorite formulation, but they are very, very long wearing. Now it was really hard for me to go through and pick out my top favorites, but I thought, okay, I think I can pull out maybe 5. So I'm gonna show you 5 in a wide range of colors. Okay, first up is Fabby, and I actually have purchased already a backup of this color. It is a frost formula, but it is less frosty on the lips than those CoverGirl lipsticks. It's a beautiful, cool, toned, pinky nude shade. I love this. I use this in combination with all different lip liners, all different lipsticks. I love to use it in place of a gloss many times or all on its own. The second one is similar in the finish and how I like to wear it, but this is the shade Gel. And again, I already have a backup. It's kind of hard to tell, but Gel is, it looks really gold here, but you can see there's a hint of some pink tones as the light hits it. It is one of my all-time favorites. This is one that if I have a really bright lipstick, I can fix it in a moment with Gel. Just a little bit of Gel on top tones it down, or I love Gel with a nice nude lip liner. Really, basically any lip liner, it looks good. The next one I wanted to show you is from their Love Me lipstick line. And this lipstick line, they're all a creamy finish. So no sparkle in these, but these are so pigmented, and yet they're super comfortable. They're long wearing, but comfortable on the lips. This particular shade is Laissez-Faire. I feel like it's a unique, cool tone nude shade that does not change to a weird warm brown. So I feel like if you struggle to find that cool tone, lighter nude shade, this is definitely one to check out. All right, this was hard, but I'm trying to give you some color options. So the next one, I discovered this last year, is Fresh Moroccan. This is a beautiful, this is a frost finish, but again, no chunky glitter particles. It just gives the lips nice glow. It's a beautiful red without being so bold and bright. It's not as bright as this, but I really fell in love with the shade. And this is a red that I don't feel like, you know, your lips walk in the door before you do. And then the last one I want to show you is going to be perfect for fall. I wore this so much last year and I can't wait to pull it out again. This is the shade O. And O, depending on how the light hits it, you can see the depth of color there. Again, frost finish. I do love my frost, but it has a brownish plum undertone, but then there's, you can see here, almost like some coppery brown hints in there with that shimmer. It's such a beautiful shade. A couple honorable mentions, Plum Dandy. This is a gorgeous shade. If you're not into any shimmer, Modesty is one of my all-time favorites. This is a brand new tube I just repurchased. This is a beautiful kind of nude mauve shade. Love it. And then of course we have the iconic Creme de Nude shade. I mean, this is a nude cream shade. Definitely have to pair that with a lip liner, but I just, as you can tell, I have a lot of favorites in the MAC lipstick line, and both the MAC lipstick and the Charlotte Tilbury, they have a very nice soft vanilla scent to them. I love that, and it does dissipate quickly, so another great huge plus for both of those lipsticks. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, that it was fun to see some of the new lipstick launches and hear about some of my other favorites. In the description box below, I will list all of the colors that I swatched for you today, and I'll put links down there. Now, if you're watching this video on the 29th, definitely do some shopping today because there are so many retailers doing really big discounts on lipstick today. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.